And the customer knows that. It's not 1999, so you hear on social media immediately if your brand expression isn't resonating.
Luxury fashion is evolving, and iconic brands like Burberry are facing a major turning point. Over the past few years, we've seen the industry rely heavily on big-name creative directors, but is that era coming to an end? Are brands moving away from designer hype and refocusing on timeless design, heritage, and re-engaging with customers? Today, we're exploring how Burberry and the entire luxury fashion world are redefining their strategies to stay ahead in an increasingly competitive market. Burberry, a staple in British luxury, has faced serious challenges over the last 4 years, especially in China and the US, where sales are in decline. Price hikes and strategic shifts implemented by their former CEO didn't land well with customers. He has since stepped down due to flagging results and a 60% decline in share price since the start of 2024. However, it seems the brand is now re-evaluating its identity. The recent push for high-end exclusivity left many wondering, who is Burberry really catering to? But here's where things get interesting. Burberry's new CEO, Joshua Schulman, is bringing a fresh approach to the brand. With a successful track record at Coach, a brand known for blending accessibility with luxury, Schulman is steering Burberry towards a more commercially balanced strategy. Instead of chasing fleeting trends, the focus is shifting back to reliable staples. Think timeless outerwear and signature scarves. This also means a reassessment of Burberry's pricing strategy, moving away from ultra-luxury positioning and towards a more sustainable, long-term model. For years, luxury fashion was dominated by superstar creative directors, designers who weren't just shaping collections, but becoming the face of the brands themselves. Think Tom Ford at Gucci, Hedi Slimane at Dior Homme, and Matthew Williams at Givenchy before his departure in 2023. Louis Vuitton made waves by appointing Pharrell Williams as its men's creative director, while Riccardo Tisci transitioned from Givenchy to Burberry before passing the reins to Daniel Lee. These names defined entire eras of fashion, but as the industry evolves, will we see the end of this designer-driven model? But let's be real, most luxury buyers aren't fixated on who's behind the designs. What really matters is the product. Burberry's shift away from designer-driven hype reflects a strategy that brands like Coach have mastered, focusing on timeless, well-crafted pieces rather than betting everything on a single creative visionary. And Burberry isn't alone in this shift. Brands like Bally and Mulberry are proving that consistency and reliability hold more value than chasing fleeting trends. Affordable luxury labels like Kate Spade have built lasting success by delivering high-quality products without needing a celebrity designer to sell them. This signals a broader industry movement, one that prioritizes brand identity, connection, and timelessness over individual star power. After all, trends can only last for so long. For a period, streetwear and luxury fashion were inseparable. Collaborations like Supreme x Louis Vuitton, Stussy x Dior, and the Bathing Ape, Comme des Garçons, brought the raw edge of skate culture, hip-hop, and sportswear into the refined world of luxury. It was a cultural moment. These collaborations weren't just about product. They were about shaking up the system and blending two worlds that had never coexisted. Streetwear icons like Virgil Abloh with Off-White and Kanye West with Yeezy were making moves, transitioning from the streets to high fashion's front row. Soon, brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior, and Balenciaga were fusing streetwear with their luxury heritage. Logos, athleisure, bold graphics, they became a symbol of street culture's influence on the luxury market. But, as with many trends, this wave didn't last forever. The mainstreaming of fashion began to feel more like a marketing strategy than a creative connection between two worlds. As hype and resale prices skyrocketed, it started to feel like the true essence of luxury was being lost. What was once an exclusive, refined world became oversaturated with collaborations. Instead of pioneering new design, it started to feel like brands were cashing in on commercial interest. Is this the year we'll see brands move away from the designer hype cycle? Will they shift focus from short-term trends to stronger brand identities and more solid product offerings? Creative talent will still matter, but luxury brands are learning that their real value isn't in the designer's name, it's in the pieces they sell and the story they tell. Burberry's strategy shift could be a game changer, and if it works, we might see even more brands following suit.